Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing these gorgeous earrings. They're made with a cross stitch, cubic right angle weave. Now in last tutorial we learned to do the cross stitch, and if you haven't checked it out yet, I'm gonna leave a link in the description, so there you can learn how to do this basic cross stitch. And now today we're gonna do the same thing, except that we're gonna learn to make this turn here. It's very easy once you know how to do it, and then we're gonna ornament it with a nice pearl. So these are drop earrings. Now I cannot do it in the same color because it's quite sparkly. If you guys noticed, I used all the sparkly ones for my samples and then use like opaque ones in the tutorials because that's the only time I can use the sparklies. So for this tutorial, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need your size 10 needles. You can use size 11. You're gonna need your Nymo thread. I'm using white one to match the color of the seed beads I have. And then you need the seed beads itself. I'm using Toho 11s. And then you need 2 pearls. Now these are 7mm Swarovski pearls. You can use any pearls or you can use any size 7 bead. And then you'll need your 2 earring hooks. You can use any you have, but I really like the ones that open and close. I think it just has a really neat look. Here I used the bronze one. Here I'm using silver plated. And then you'll need 2 jump rings. Now I'm using 5mm jump rings. You can use slightly bigger one, but definitely not smaller because it has to be big enough to go through that top there. So I'm using 5mm. And then from tools, you will need your scissors to cut the thread. You don't need this peak. Like in the last tutorial, I'm gonna start it on the peak to show, you know, the concept of cross stitch. And then you'll need your chain nose pliers and then curved chain nose pliers. If you don't have this one, you can use your round nose pliers. Basically, these two we need just at the end to open and close the jump ring. So go ahead and thread your needle and then let's get to work. Okay, I have my needle and my thread ready. If you notice, I have a really short thread. This is actually left over from my previous project and I always use up whatever I have left. So you go ahead and take your yard or 2, like 1 meter or 2 meter, depending on, you know, if you're very like a beginner, then I would suggest start with a yard, like 1 meter length of the thread, because it has tendency to tangle up, and once you get along and, you know, bead more, you will be more comfortable with it, learn how to untangle the knots, and then you can use longer ones. But right now I just have this to use up. So I'm gonna we go ahead and take 4 seed beads. I'm gonna take it to the end of my thread. I'm just gonna leave just a bit so I can, you know, hide it inside my work. But this is for me just enough to thread my needle and then, you know, make maybe 1 or 2 knots and then hide it. But here we're gonna go ahead and make a knot. That should be enough for me. Then make another one, so our work is secure. Now let's see, like if I go ahead and count the units I have in my earring. I'm gonna start from the top. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's 20 units of cubic right angle weave stitch. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start somewhere here. I'm gonna make 4 units, or maybe, yeah, 4 units, and then we're gonna make this turn, and then we're gonna continue, and then here we're gonna connect it. So we just go ahead and make 4 units of cubic right angle weave first. Now, as in the last tutorial, I'm gonna begin by setting it on a peak so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the floor of our first cube. I'm gonna go ahead and thread my needle through one of the beads, because right now it's just you know, in the middle between 2 seed beads, and it's not really coming out of nowhere. It's not really coming out of any seed bead. So I have it coming out of here. Okay, here I'm gonna pick up 3 seed beads and then basically we're gonna build the first wall of the cube. I'm gonna come out to the other side of the same bead, go to the next seed bead in a row of the bottom of the cube, pull my needle, pick up 2 seed beads. We're basically building the second wall now. If you are very new to cubic right angle weave, go ahead and check out the tutorial for the bracelet I made first, because there I explain in every detail and you should be able to understand it. Here I'm not gonna be as detailed as there, so we don't waste much time. Now I'm building my third wall. I pick up 2 seed beads, and now we have 3 walls of our cube ready. And now I'm gonna go ahead, go through the last bead of the floor. Now when I'm building the last unit, I already have the side here from the first wall we built. I'm gonna go up, pick up 1 seed bead, go down this way and go through straight through the bottom as well. And now I have all my 4 sides, 4 walls of a cube. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my needle up through this bead, and then I'm gonna connect my ceiling, because right now it's not right now it's not connected. See, it's like the beads are apart. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take my thread through all those 4 seed beads on top, so we're connecting our ceiling. So now it should be tight enough, and this is our first cube. It's very simple once you learn, you know. I didn't have to struggle much first time. Now the floor of our first cube, the ceiling of our first cube is the floor of the second cube. Now we're gonna go ahead and build the walls again. I'm gonna pick up 3 seed beads, build the first wall. I'm gonna go through this seed bead here to build the second wall, pick up 2 seed beads, go through the side and then through the floor. Now that's the second wall ready. I'm gonna go through the bottom of the third wall we're gonna build, pick up 2 seed beads, and then go through the side and through the floor. I'm gonna go through the last bead of the floor, go up the side of the first wall, pick up 1 bead, go through the wall and the floor, and then go up. And now I connect the ceiling, this 4 seed beads. Now we should have our 2 units ready. This is 2 units of CRAW. Now we're gonna build 2 more cubes and then we're gonna make the turn. Now pick up 3 seed beads, build the first wall, go through the bottom of the second wall, pick up 2 seed beads, go through the side and the floor, go through the bottom of the third wall we're gonna build, pick up 2 seed beads, and then go through the side of the last wall and the bottom of the same wall, go through the last floor unit, go up the side of the first wall we built, pick up 1 seed bead, go through the side of the third wall and go through the bottom. Now go up and then connect the ceiling. Now we should have 3 units. Easy peasy, isn't it? Now if you didn't get some things, you know, you can just go ahead and rewind backwards and check out the bracelet tutorial for more details. I will also leave a link to various tutorials I will think you might, you know, find interesting. So at the end of the video, just go ahead and check out the description. I leave links to all sorts of things I think you might find useful. So that's the first wall. Pick up 2 seed beads. Second wall, go through the 3rd floor unit, pick up 2 seed beads, go through the side of last wall we build and the bottom, go through the last unit of the floor, go up the side, the first wall we built, pick up 1 bead, go through the side of the 3rd wall and through the floor of the same unit, and then we just connect the ceiling. Oh God, gotta be careful with these sharp needles. And then I have my 4 units ready. Now I'm just gonna unzoom a bit. I think it's too zoomed. I'm gonna remove my pick. I don't need it anymore. I can see where is the top and where is the bottom. You can easily see here that we have 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna make the turn. Basically, you know, when we do the cross stitch, we build cubes on top of cube. And to make the turn, what we're gonna do, we're gonna build the next cube on the side of the last cube, not on top. And that's how you make the turn. Now see where my my thread is coming out on this side. We could just go ahead and build the next 5th unit on top. We're gonna, this side of the last unit we built, see this is ceiling, this is one side of the unit. This side is gonna be the floor of our next cube. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick up 3 seed beads. See where I'm coming out? This bead here, I'm gonna go through the same bead. I just have to pull my thread. I'm running out of thread here. Now here, see I built first wall. I'm gonna go through the next bead here. Pick up 2 seed beads. And now, see, now as you can probably notice that when I started building this, I kind of went, I'm going counterclockwise now, because before we were stitching clockwise, now counterclockwise. It doesn't really matter, really, whichever you're comfortable with. I can go any way. Like, it's just when you are stitching here, you just go, you know, counterclockwise. I don't know how else to explain. Now here, when we were going before, we will be building second wall here, but now we have to build on the other side. So I picked up 2 seed beads, go through the side of the first wall we built and through the floor. Now we have our 2 walls ready. I'm gonna go through the 3rd bead of the floor, pick up 2 seed beads, go through the side of the last unit we built, last wall, go through the floor of the cube of the wall we're building, go through the last bead of the floor, go up the side of the first wall we built, pick up 1 seed bead, go through the side of the 3rd wall we built, go through the floor, and then go up. Now you can see our turn already is there. Now what we do is we connect the ceiling. Now I'm running out of thread. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna build 1 more unit with you, and that will let you continue almost until the end where we have to connect the sides. Now see, you can see L shape. This is basically this. See the turn? This is the turn. And now all we do, we just continue. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. We're gonna build 14 more, so we have 19 units in total, and then we connected. When we are connecting, we're sort of building the last 20th unit. Now what I'm gonna do, I want to show you one more trick here. Now see my, if you guys don't like going counterclockwise, like here my needle is coming out of here, so you know, you would have to continue building your next wall counterclockwise. But if you want to do it clockwise and you don't like going counterclockwise, you can just, you know, thread your needle, you know, go around the beads and come out this side, and then you can go ahead and build your second cube clockwise. So how you're gonna do that, basically we're just gonna take the needle down the side here, the floor, go up, and instead of going this way, I'm just gonna go ahead and go this way. Now my needle is going clockwise, and now we're gonna build one unit together, and I'm gonna let you continue. We pick up 3 beads, build the wall, go through the floor of the second wall, pick up 2 seed beads, go through the side of the last wall we built and through the floor, go through the floor of the next wall we're gonna build, pick up 2 seed beads, go through the side of the last wall and go through the floor. Go through the floor of the last wall we're gonna build, go up the side of the first wall we built, pick up 1 seed bead and go through the side and the floor, and then go up. And now we're just gonna connect. And that's it. Look, very simple. Now I'm gonna zoom in and show you what we did. Look, see the turn here? This is the top of our drop. Wait, this turn is where we're gonna attach the hook, and this is where that turn is. So we're gonna go ahead and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's 20 units in total. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units. Go ahead and continue in a row. You don't need to make any more turns because in this drop there's only 1 turn. Go ahead and keep on building your cubes until you reach 19 units in total. Now we have already 6 units, so you need 13 more. So go ahead and continue building 13 more units, and then we're gonna meet again to finish that drop shape. See you in a second. Now I have my 19 units, and now what we're gonna do, make sure it's not twisted like this. Make sure your all your units looking up. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bend it, connect those cubes, and then that's gonna give us the drop shape. Now we have 19 units, and then when we're gonna connect it, see we have a ceiling and the floor of the first unit and the ceiling of the last unit, and that's gonna make up the floor and the ceiling of our last cube, and all we have to do is add the walls between them. So I'm gonna take 1 seed bead, I'm gonna make sure it's all looking up. See where I'm coming out? Let's say I'm coming out, let's say this is the floor, right? I'm coming out of the floor unit, pick up 1 seed bead, connect it to the ceiling, pick up 1 seed bead and connect the side of the ceiling to the floor. Now when you pull it together, you should be able to see a cube. Look, it's a cube there, another cube, I mean a square. See the shape, square shape. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do that all around that place. See, we have like a gap here, so we have to connect all sides, the ceiling and the floor, all sides with the walls. So we have 1 side ready. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the inside floor. Now this is the tail. Now when you look inside, we have so we have to create another wall here. We have the floor, we have 1 side of the wall, and then we have a ceiling here. So I'm gonna pick up 1 seed bead, go through the ceiling, pull it tight, and then if you look at it, we have another square here as well. So I'm gonna tighten that, go through the side of the wall, and then go through the floor. And now we have to build a wall here. Now if you look at it, we have the floor, we have one side of the wall, and then we have the ceiling. So I'm gonna go ahead, go through the floor, pick up one seed bead. So I'm coming out of the floor, I go up through the ceiling, and then when I tighten it, you should be able to see a square. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that square. And when I pull my thread, look, you don't see anything anymore because they're all connected. Now I go ahead through the floor of the last side. Now we have all the units here ready, but see, it's like wonky because it's not connected. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and connect that square. Oh no, I hate this when it happens. And now when I pull it tight, I should have my cube in place. So it's a bit wonky because it's not tight yet. So here, see, it's like all seamless cubes now on all sides. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull all that into place, going through some seed beads. It doesn't matter which ones now, as long as I pull my thread tight, and I want all my work to be in place. Just make sure you don't tangle up the tail. Now I have my drop, and now we have to add that pearl. Now the pearl we're gonna attach in the bottom here. So see this ridges here, the seed beads that are like parallel next to each other. That's where we connect the pearl. I think I'll have to stop, it's getting too shiny. Okay, sun is gone. Now we have to add the pearl, and if you notice on the inside you have this parallel beads like this units, this one, this one, this one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add the pearl on them. So you want, like here, I added on both sides. If you count from the top, it's gonna be the 6 parallel bead. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the drop. We're gonna skip the one that's right in the corner. We're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the bead we want to attach our pearl, and the same on the other side. So I have to make sure my thread is coming out of this bead. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stitch towards it. I'm gonna take my thread through the neighbor bead. I'm sorry, I keep on touching the camera. Go down through the neighbor bead. Go down. Now I want to make sure if it's the 6th or 5th yet. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm coming out on the 5, so I need number 6. I'm gonna go down here and then here. So I'm coming out on the 6 parallel bead. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take the pearl. I'm not gonna tighten it yet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna count number 6 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. See, I came up, so I go down on the 6th bead, and without tightening it, I don't tighten my pearl yet. I'm just gonna take it to the other side. go through the pearl again. And then, see that bead we used in the beginning? We came out from that, so I'm gonna take it through that again to the other side. And now I pull my work into place. That's all it is. And now what I'm gonna do, I just make a couple knots, cut off the ends, thread this through the needle, make a couple knots, and then remove this thread as well. And then we're gonna meet again to attach the clasp. Now I'm not gonna film how to add, how to remove, how to tie the knots, because every time I do it, it takes about 10 minutes of the film time. So it's just every time it would be too much. If you know how to tie off the ends once, you don't need to learn it again. So I made a short video on that, and I'm gonna leave it in the description, where you're gonna learn how to add a new thread and how to tie off the ends. So I'm just gonna let you do that on your own, and then we're gonna meet to add the clasp. Now I removed all the threads, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna attach the clasp. I'm just gonna take my round chain nose plier, hold my jump ring in place, open it. I'm just gonna remove everything here. Now see the very top bead here? I'm just gonna take my jump ring right underneath that. But the hook doesn't matter which way, because our ring is, you know, double-sided. Our earring. Take my hook through. Just gonna hold it in place. Then close the jump ring. I just want to hide that opening beneath there. And now we have our earring. That's very easy. So go ahead, repeat everything, make your second earring, and then you have your gorgeous pair of earrings. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and then I hope you found it informative. Last video we learned how to do the cross stitch. Today we learned how to do the turn and then attach the pearl to it. And in the next tutorial I want to teach you how to do the embellishment, because after that I want to show you how to make this angel. Now here, all you need to know is how to do the cross stitch. You need to learn how to make the turns. There are a lot of turns in this angel. You need to learn how to attach the pearl. We already did that here. It's the same process here. And then you need to know how to embellish it. See all these shiny beads and all these turquoise beads? That's all embellishment, and that's what it does. It holds it. It's quite rigid. See, now if you pick up your pearl, this earring, it's quite floppy. It's quite nice. I mean, when you wear it, it still looks like a drop. I didn't do anything here, and I'm not planning to. But if you are doing something like, you know, complicated, and you want to hold it its shape, it's best to do embellishment. So that kind of hides all the thread, first of all, adds that glamour to your work, and then makes it rigid. So in the next tutorial we're gonna do how to do the embellishment, and then we're gonna make this cute angel. I'm thinking to keep it as a Christmas tree ornament, so we're gonna learn to do this in the one tutorial after, because we're gonna learn how to embellish. Maybe we will do embellishment on the bracelets. I don't know yet, we'll decide that later. So I hope you guys found this tutorial informative. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave your thumbs up. Feel free to share it with your friends, with your beader fellows, and I hope you're gonna stay with me and watch my upcoming tutorials, which I'm releasing every Tuesday and Friday. I don't do only tutorials. I'm doing a lot of recycling projects with used and old jewelry, and then I started to do unboxing. I don't know if I'm gonna continue that, but just stay tuned and see what comes up. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.